Okay, so I wanted to do something a little bit different today. Instead of putting out trade ideas and technical analysis to you, I wanted to actually do it live in real time. I want to show you a trade that I've taken, and I want us to go through the process. We'd obviously, right now as it stands, we don't know what's going to happen, but we can see this a little bit of the psychology behind trading, the fear and greed side, perhaps, if it shows us that. Who knows, we could go straight to targets. Woohoo! But no, unlikely. We're going to ebb and flow up, or we're going to ebb and flow back down and knock us out. But let's go to the chart. You can see in front of me, we've got the euro yen on the 4 hour. You can see that prices moved up. Prices moved up here, and then we've retraced back down. Now, what's this? This is something simple that we go through. If the video that I did on learning how to read a price chart, if you haven't seen that video, you need to go watch it, because this is as simple as it gets, and that video basically explains the whole idea of this trade, behind this trade, with some little extras added. Now, you can clearly see to the left here, we've basically formed a structure level, a shelf, where prices tested, bounced off, almost got there, rolled over, came up, false breakout there, we came back up, sat there, and then we pushed above, and then we've come straight back down to it. Now, I'm looking for a trend continuation play, for a move back up to structure here, and potentially some extended targets, a little further up at the 127 extension. But that's getting ahead of ourselves for the moment. So basically, I just want to quickly explain. It's a little late. I wanted to do this earlier, but I had some problems with the software, so I've got it here now. Price came up, came back down. I took a Fibonacci extension from this leg of the move, from the swing high to the swing low point. So this move here. So I took that leg there, swing high to swing low, and I got a 1618 extension level lining right up at that structure point. And you can see how price respected it. The red candle came down, wick broke through, sucked back up. Then we got this candle here, pushed down to there. Don't know if you can see that very well. And then it got sucked up and we sat there. I got in next bar market here. You can see my entry there. Stops were initially down here at the 128.20 level, under the low point of the wick. And a couple of things going on here. I'm taking a little bit off first targets here at this structure level, simply because you can see that we've got a shorting opportunity here for some traders that think that perhaps price will continue on down here. You can get short here looking for a move, testing here and further on. However, I believe that we will be going a little bit higher. That's why I'm in the trade. So I've got target one at this structure level here. Again, it goes back to learning how to read a price chart. It's simple structure stuff. And then I've got second targets up here. And if I scroll out a little bit further, you'll see that I've got a 127 extension of this whole move here. Up here. Invert this leg. Swing low to swing high. I get a Fibonacci extension of the 1618, but let's forget that. It's not important for now. So let me just jump down to the hourly time frame, because let's zoom out a little bit here. Now let's go a little bit into the psychology of the trade. Again, if I just showed you this here, you can see that structure level, structure respected as support. We moved up, we broke through the support level. We're coming back up to test that. Now as resistance, we tried once, rejected, twice, rejected. So there's a lot you basically can get in here. Double top, a second test, depending on what happens with this candle, and you can potentially short to move down here. 2618 trade, wait till it breaks this level, look for the 618 to come back up, and you can get short for the conservative traders. But the psychology of what I wanted to talk about here, the psychology of the trade. Now, obviously, I want to reduce capital as quickly as possible. So, as the price moved up here, I went down to the hourly chart for this, just to manage the trade a little bit better. because the 4 hour didn't give me the opportunity to do that. I managed to take first targets off here for 102 pips there at the structure level that I showed you previously. Well, you can see there what I had marked out there. And as price moved up on the hourly time frame, we moved up, we put in this little retracement here. And as we broke and closed higher than this point, so we made a new structure high. Oops. We made a new structure high point from there. That allowed me to roll stops under the swing low. So I had my stops down here, and now I've dramatically reduced my risk, which is what I want to do as quickly as I can. So now my risk is here. I've taken targets off here. I'm still in the trade. I'm looking for target 2s. Sorry, I went off topic a little bit there. I was talking about the psychology of the trade. I've rolled stops to here. Now, because I'm reading a price chart, I'm aware that there are a lot of traders going to short here to potentially come back down. So what I'm actually expecting, I'm not going to get scared out of the trade. I'm not going to get worried that price is going to potentially move against me and come back down and all it's going to take me out. Yes, it may come and take me out here. My entry is there. If we break this level here, I'm expecting the analysis to be off and we should potentially move back further. But I say it's the fear that I'm talking about here now, that I could be scared out. If I wasn't aware of how to read a price chart, I could be scared out of price moving back against me and suddenly wanting to take profits early, breaking my rules, not being disciplined. But knowing and fully expecting for price to move back down, ebb and flow back down, I'm actually expecting a test of structure. We broke structure again. Just broke structure to the high side. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting for price to come back and test this level before we move off again. So what I'm hoping for is price to shoot straight up and new structure highs. But realistically, what I think is going to happen is for price to come down, test this level here, somewhere in here, and then move up again. That's what I want to see. And then after that, I can roll my stops. If price does that, I can roll my stops. Sorry, guys. If price does that, I can roll my stops under the new, move it up under the new structure low. My entry was there. I've got a risk-free trade, and I'm looking for targets 1 and 2. I've got a risk-free trade. I'm looking for targets 1 and 2. But let's see how the trade plays out. This is how it stands at the moment. You can see that it is the 9th of the 2nd. Got into the trade on this candle here. Again, remember, we're on the hourly chart here. So we'll go back to the 4 hourly for what I started at. And if you're wondering also why I'm looking for extended targets, which I haven't drawn on here for the 127, that impulse leg up, the extension gives me the 127. If you're wondering what this grey trend line is, that is that impulse leg there. I'm looking for the ABCD pattern, just seeing where that completes. So obviously I will put that at the swing low point here, and it sits in between the 1618 and the 127 extension up at structure here. So that's adding another confluent point for a potential extended target, another area, another zone that I'll be looking to take some profits if price gets there. But let's see how the trade plays out. The whole point of this is just to see in real time how I manage a trade. And alright guys, so just a little update for this trade. We can see that price put in the double top, respected structure, we fell off. Look how that pin barred wicked, came down to exactly where we thought it would. So we came back down to the structure expected, pin barred through there, sucked back up. This candle here with a huge wick, That gave the 2618 traders an opportunity to get in here. So for you 2618 traders, you're able to take the swing high from this point here, swing high to the swing low, and you're looking for a 618 retracement to get short. That wick gave you that, sucked straight back down, and wherever you've got your targets, you may have taken some target profits off here, you may not, you may have locked in, you may have reduced stops, however you're doing it. But look how it respected. We expected it to get down here. There was no reason to get scared out of the trade, no reason to get worried. We already expected that this potentially could happen. And it's just great to see the price come down, touch the level. And again, we couldn't close below this wick here. And we're sat here at the moment. So what we're going to see if we can break above this point here and see if we can move off to new structure highs. But at this point here, it gives me the opportunity to roll my stops. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll my stops. Sat under there. All right, so now we're in a break-even position, slightly above the entry point. So completely risk-free trade. It can do what it wants from now, and we'll come back and see what happens later. Alrighty, let's have a look here. We're back. Price tried to move up, tested this structure level here. We pin barred on there, and we tried to make it. Couldn't do it. There was some sellers in there, and then we've moved back down. We've closed below this candle. We've also a huge wick on that. We've also pushed it so far down and sucked all the way back up again above this level here. So there's a little bit of indecision of what's going on, I suppose. We're now trying to push down. We came down to test this low here on this wick. We've sucked back up. Who knows what's going to happen? Either way, we managed to move stops to slightly above break even. So again, it's a risk-free trade, and we'll just have to see what's going on here. So I'm going to pause the video, and I don't know how many hours it's going to take to play out, but I shall edit and cut the video accordingly, and we'll see if the market can't bounce from here and go in our direction a little bit. Alright guys, I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Alright guys, so we're back and just gonna go through what happened on this trade. We were down here with the stop slightly above break even with the stop loss. The price had moved down, penetrated this level twice that we expected anyway. It had moved up, attempted to make a new structure high, sucked back down, couldn't make it on this candle, attempted to go short again. As we sucked back up there, I thought we were good to take a push up to this resistance level here. However, this candle pin barred again. I thought even better. There's a lot of buyers in this area from 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts. Didn't really get there, didn't do anything. A bit of an indecision candle there. Sort of went sideways movement pretty much throughout the day. And then on some news, I believe, or whatever it was that moved the market. We never truly know why. But yeah, we got knocked out of the trade. Didn't lose any money. Again, we were slightly above break even. So a couple of pips in there, 8.2 pips in there. So overall about 110 pips for this trade. But I just thought it was nice to record a live trade. I believe that when you see some live trades recorded and you can go through it step by step, you learn a lot more from it. Because it's okay, you were not strictly in the trade with me live, but at least you can see the process behind it. I don't know what's coming next. I have to manage and deal with the trade as it happens and follow price action. So yeah, all right guys, until the next video, thanks again. I'll see you.